All right, welcome to day 8 of your cybersecurity training. Today, we're moving past the theory and throwing you right into the deep end. Your mission? Figure out how to secure a company that doesn't really have any walls. Let's get to it.
I mean, really think about that for a second. You've got teams working from home, from coffee shops, pretty much anywhere with a Wi-Fi signal. So that old idea of a secure office network, a digital castle with a big moat around it, yeah, that's completely gone. And that's the massive challenge you're here to solve.
So, here's the game plan for today's mission. We're going to start by defining this new security perimeter. Then we'll dive into your toolkit, starting with the classic VPNs and moving to the next-gen stuff. After that, it's all you. You'll tackle a design challenge, execute a plan, and, of course, earn your badge. Ready? Okay, first things first, let's get a handle on the battlefield. The modern workplace isn't just one place anymore. It's everywhere. And this new reality, it demands a totally new way of thinking about security. You got to understand, this new, scattered environment is basically a playground for attackers. They are loving this. They're going after everything. Weak home Wi-Fi, unsecured personal laptops, you name it. To fight back, companies now have to operate on one simple but incredibly powerful principle. You have to verify every connection, everywhere, every single time, no exceptions. So how do we start to tackle this? Let's open up the toolkit and look at our first tool, the classic solution that's been the go-to for decades, the VPN. It's the foundation, and you really need to understand how it works before you can build something better on top of it. At its heart, a VPN is kind of like a secret, armored tunnel for all your data. When you connect, it wraps up all your traffic in encryption and makes it look like you're working right from the office, even if you're 1,000 miles away. Simple and effective. For a while, anyway. Here's the catch. VPNs have a massive flaw in today's world. They trust way too much. Once you're in, you're in. You get broad access to pretty much the whole network. That means if an attacker steals just one person's password, they don't just get a key to one door. They get the keys to the entire kingdom. These old-school limitations mean we need a whole new generation of tools, and that brings us to SASE and ZTNA, two acronyms that, trust me, you absolutely need to have in your vocabulary. SASE, that's Secure Access Service Edge, is this big, cloud-based approach that bundles networking and security. And ZTNA, or Zero Trust Network Access, is really the core security idea that makes it all work. So, ZTNA basically takes the old security model and flips it completely on its head. It's a huge shift from that old mindset of trust but verify to a much tougher one. Never trust, always verify. It doesn't care if you're in the office or on a beach somewhere. ZTNA is going to check who you are, what device you're on, and where you're coming from every single time you try to access anything. Let me put it this way. A VPN gives you a master key to the whole castle. You can go anywhere. ZTNA, on the other hand, gives you a very specific key to a very specific room for a very specific reason. And the moment you leave, that key just, poof, it disappears. It's a game-changing shift from wide-open network access to super precise application access. And hey, this isn't just some abstract theory. You remember the Colonial Pipeline attack? That whole mess was caused by a single compromised VPN password. It's the ultimate terrifying real-world lesson. When your network doesn't have walls anymore, the only thing you can really defend is a person's identity. And get this, beyond just being way more secure, there's a killer business case here. By switching to a SaaS architecture, which has zero trust built right in, IBM slashed its VPN infrastructure costs by a whopping 70%. Better security that also saves a ton of money? Now that's a win-win your manager is gonna love. Okay, intern, you've seen the problem, you've seen the tools, now it's your turn. It's time to put all that knowledge to the test. Your official design challenge begins right now. So here's the assignment, straight from your manager. They need a security design that compares these technologies head-to-head. You need to analyze VPNs, SASE, and ZTNA, and then make a smart, forward-thinking recommendation that's going to keep the company safe well into the future. No pressure. To get this done, you're going to create 3 key things for us. First, a comparison matrix to lay out your analysis. Second, a security diagram to actually visualize your solution. And third, a policy framework to bring it all to life. Let's break down how to knock out each one. All right, time to execute. Let's get our hands dirty. We're going to walk through each of your deliverables step by step. This is where you actually build out the core of your project.
First up, that comparison matrix. You're going to use criteria like architecture, access scope, and scalability to really highlight the pros and cons of each technology. Laying it all out like this makes your final recommendations so much stronger and easier to justify.
Next up is the diagram. Think of this like you're drawing a new, secure map for the whole company. Your goal is to show how everyone, remote employees, cloud apps, the stuff in the office, all connect securely through these new ZTNA gateways and SASE cloud points, instead of that clunky old VPN server. And finally, the policy framework. This is the real brain of your zero trust system. You just have to think in if-then statements. So if a user logs in from a weird location, then we hit them with multi-factor authentication. These kinds of rules are exactly what make your security architecture smart and able to react in real time.
And just like that, you've done it. You designed the system, you drew up the diagrams, you wrote the policies. It's time to take a step back, see what you've built, and yeah, claim your reward.
Seriously, just look at what you accomplished today. You went from understanding the basics of old-school VPNs to designing a cutting-edge zero-trust architecture. This isn't just some textbook exercise. You've created a real project that you can and should add to your professional portfolio.
So congratulations, you've officially unlocked the Hybrid Network Security Designer Achievement Badge. You've shown you've got the skills to secure a modern, borderless company. Seriously, well done.
And honestly, that was the whole point of today. To get you from intern to practitioner. To give you the ability to solve the exact same complex, messy security challenges that companies are wrestling with right now.
So I'll leave you with this final thought. As we build these incredibly secure identity-based systems, how do we balance that Fort Knox-level security with the smooth, easy experience that users expect? Finding that perfect balance between convenience and security? That is the next great challenge in this field. And now it's yours to solve.